Hey guys, today I'll be showing you a feature that's very slept on in anti-gravity rules and workflows and how mastering them can put you ahead of 99% of users. As you can see, I already have some here, but let me go through what workflows are and what are rules. Alright, this is a slept on feature. Workflows basically, when you type slash, it basically imports a prompt that you have ready. You don't have to type out the entire prompt. All you have to do slash the name of the workflow and you will import it. For example, like this add history workflow, I gave it a description, add translation history feature, and I told it the contents, which is the prompt. I don't have to write anything anymore. All I have to do is just slash add history and it will import this prompt. The second is the rules. While the workflows you have to import them, the rules are always set. They're, as the name implies, rules. The agent in anti-gravity will always follow them. As you can see, you can select the modes. I'll explain each one, but for this purpose, always leave it on so that each time you run a prompt, you run something, it follows these rules. So let me explain first. The first is manual, of course, and the description for it is the rule can be manually activated using an @mentioned to agent inbox. So the rule exists, the agent won't follow it until you tell it to follow it. So next is always on, the one I was using. This rule will always be applied. It doesn't matter if you mention it, don't mention it, the agent will always follow it. So next one is model decision. So the model decision leaves it up to the model whether it wants to follow the rule or not. So it's not a yes or no, the model decides. If it sees that the rule needs to be followed, it will follow the rule. If not, it will not. And finally, we got the globe. The globe is, if you look at the pattern here, basically if a file exists and it has a certain pattern, it doesn't have to be part of this. If it has a certain pattern, then the rule will apply to that file. The agent will take a look, says, I have a file here that has this pattern. I have a rule that tells me what to do when I find it. Let me apply. And that's generally it, but you don't need to care about any of that. Always leave it on, in my personal opinion, just to save the headache. But before we create one, we have global and workspace. The good thing is about the rules and workflows at the same time is that if you wanted to be relegated to just one project, always choose workspace. If you want to apply to the whole of anti-gravity, so you want a general rule, for example, like API best practices, like this, select global. And the good thing is, since they're .md files, you can copy them and take them if you choose the workspace if you want to do that. So let's create one. Alright, let's start with the workflow. Alright, I want it to be in this workspace. So all I have to do is just again go to the three dot, go to customization and workflows and workspace. Just click on it once, you will be prompted with this, give it a name. So let's give it a name. So add automatic language detection. As you can see, it gave an error. It needs to be all minuscule and I mean all lowercase. Sometimes my French slips out. So all lowercase, and you have to do the minus between to link them all. So it's like creating a file and it's gone. We press enter and now we are here. We have a workflow, we have to give it a description and we have to give it the content. I give it the description, add automatic language detection feature, and I told it the content what to do, add a detect language button, detect language function, and all of that jazz. Why? Because we're going to want to make an app after this. It's a language translation app. We keep it simple, guys. We have a rate limit to take into consideration, so this is the perfect showcase for it. Once you do all of that, just save, and if you refresh, you will find it here. You can edit workflows, of course, but with that, we created our first workflow, and the same goes workflows for the rest. Now, time for the rules. Alright, the rules do not differ that much. Go to rules and select global or workspace. I'm gonna go with workspace again. I'll have it ready. Again, just like the workflow, you will get this. Give it a name, for example, API best practices. And of course, you choose the activation mode. Again, always leave it on. That's my preferred way. So then we need the content. For the content, I'm gonna put, it was the old one, it's API best practices, so the model needs to follow these rules. Alright, and since it's always on, it will follow them exactly. So again, save, Control S of course, and refresh to see it. Yeah, sometimes it bugs, but don't worry, it's created. As long as the file is here, it's created, guys. Do not worry. Now we are ready to work. So open a new conversation if you can. Yeah, but before that, I restarted and it's no longer bad. But before we actually go, let's go through the files that we have. Alright, so the first rule is API best practices. Of course, these are the rules. You can pause and then read them. Next is clear UI components. I tell it how to create the components. And finally, code organization. And let's just add another rule, always comment the code to explain it. Alright, so save it, of course, don't forget, Control S. And for the workflows, I have multiple workflows. We'll get into them once we have the app ready initially. So let's go create it, back to agent, and we stay here and we choose the model that we want. So for now, we're gonna go with Claude Opus 4.6. Let me prepare the prompt. So I told it build quick translate, a web app where users paste text and translates. I'm going to use this model, and here's the API key. Alright, don't worry guys, this will be revoked. You don't have to do this. I just want to give it all the information it needs. So let's go and send it on its merry way. Actually guys, let me show you this. It's testing it live. Antigravity has built-in browser. So it uses that browser to test and to see and debug and everything. So this is how it looks like. I just want to show you guys because I never actually took it into consideration, but yeah, it's doing it. We'll jump back into it once it's done. So before I show you the fun project, look at the walkthrough. It actually made it pretty good. It got screenshot and it got a demo recorded, even though it does not work, sadly. But after a fix or two, because there was an issue with the course and I had to tell it how the API should be, it got the name wrong. Alright, so it's pretty expected. Let's look at it. So this is the app. Let's write a simple hello, and we translate. It's 5 characters and it gave us Ola. We can copy to clipboard because that was in the rules. So if we go back to them and let's check them out, where is it? Alright, first one first, include empty spaces, no translation yet, try one. As we saw, it was there. All buttons must have a hover state, it was there. The CSS grid, the card layout, add a copy to clipboard button, it was there. Code organization, it's organized, it's very well. So actually we're gonna do something. As you can see, it's a .js, HTML, .css. We don't want that. So let's do a workflow and discuss these. I was planning to show them off, but it created the translator in a way that we can show off how we can create a workflow and use it. So why not? Let's go with that. So again, go to the 3 dots, customization, workflows, workspace, because we want to keep it to a workspace. Let's call it React, for example. Alright, so turn the app into a React app. That is the description. The content is, of course, turn this app into a React app, and we just leave it at that. So if we refresh, we got the new workflow. Back to the agent, we go and do /React. It will get that, and let's press enter and see if it turns it into a React app because we told it so. Let's go, press enter, it's reading the MD, it's hopefully following the instructions, and we'll be back once that's done. So it's done guys. As you can see, if we open the new folder, the React app, as you can see, it did everything. everything. And if we go to the walkthrough MD again, same as before, it gave us architecture, it gave us file structure, it gave us even a demo. This time it's actually working, so we know it's good. And if you see, it's the same as the previous one. So the workflow actually worked. All I had to do is just /react. That's it. So let's open it up, npm run dev. So we are now inside the app. So I don't know, let's choose another language. I'm learning, for example, Arabic. I'm gonna say hello, beautiful. It's Valentine's Day, guys, come on. So it works, guys, it's perfect. The /react, of course, as you saw, I have other workflows that I could have run, but this /react came at the perfect time. It was impromptu, guys. So that's how you can elevate your performance on Antigravity to get out of the 99% to be part of the 1%. Imagine workflow rules. You don't have to write essays. All you have to do is / and it's done for workflows, and you set the rules once and you're done. So that has been it, guys. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.